we had a nice run, man, and it's unfortunate that the dynasty that we thought we were building is not going to happen.
Well, I wouldn't go that far yet.
Well, yeah, I would.
This is a big monkey wrench in the plans.
The reason why I say that is this. Because there's going to be some familiar faces. There's going to be some individuals that won't be on this team.
Well, no, they won't.
They're not going to be here.
I think back to 2 years ago. If they want to win again, and we want to get this thing right back to where it was a year ago, Howie's going to have to be bold. Howie and Jeff. I mean, they were bold 2 years ago. They went and got Vic Fangio, which was a home run, and they got Saquon Barkley. Like, that is two franchise-changing kind of moves in one offseason that catapulted them to a Super Bowl. Do they have two more in them? And where are they? Is that coordinator? Is it a certain player? I mean, I don't know what it is, but I know what we just saw this year obviously is not going to work. And one of the moves this offseason obviously could be the future of A.J. Brown, which is now, and I think all year it's been a question if he's going to be back. But yesterday, if it was the end, it was quite a dud with the drops and then leaving. Let's hear from Nick Sirianni on what he was thinking during that sideline situation.
Yeah, I was trying to get him off the field, because we were about to punt, and that was really it. So I love AJ. I think he knows how I feel about him. I have a special relationship with him. We've probably went through every emotion you can possibly have together. We've laughed together. We've cried together. We've yelled at each other. We're both emotional. I was trying to get him off the field, and you never want, that happens in this game. That happens in this game, but I love him.
Hugh, what'd you make of the situation as it happened live?
Nick need to just calm his butt down, man. You can't run up on nobody like that in an emotional game like that. I know you're an emotional coach. I just feel like you have to know who you're dealing with. Now, I'm an emotional person. And, I told you my daughter be punking me on a regular.
Oh, with the dishes?
With the dishes and everything. I know if I run up on her a certain way that I have to be prepared for the backlash because I know who I'm dealing with. So instead of me taking the more direct route,
I'll vent on the air.
I'll talk about her on the air when she ain't listening. You know what I mean? Because I don't want that smoke. Because I already know what's going to happen with that. And you got to know that that's who AJ is at his core. In that moment, it didn't have to be addressed right away in my opinion.
So he was frustrated because AJ was taking long to get off the field.
Yeah.
He didn't want a penalty. I get that. But it also didn't lead to a penalty, right? The offense was coming off the field. So to your point, he could, there was time there for him to let emotions die down and then go over to him and be like, come on, man, we got to get off the field.
Yeah.
It seemed like he ran up on him like at that moment, and it caused the whole thing.
You got to know who to run up on, Joe. You can't be running up on everybody.
That's why I try not to run up on anyone. Let's hear from Michael Strahan, halftime on Fox, because this happened right before the half. Here was his take in the moment.
I don't understand why Sirianni's running down there and yelling at one of his star players, A.J. Brown. A.J. Brown wanted to get involved in the game, I'm pretty sure. Hadn't seen the ball. They took two big shots with him and didn't catch either one. Maybe he said, get me a shot, and the coach said, okay, you had your chance. You better catch the ball next time. But I don't understand why you do that in the middle of a game like this, because I don't think that brings out the best in your player. No, I just don't think. I think it takes away from your play. I think it takes away from the attitude of the team and the energy of the team.
Been a long year.
But the crazy thing is, even with all of that, this team is still able to win games with all of this, what we perceive as internal dysfunction. But that was just, in my opinion, as a player, I wouldn't have taken it very well from my coach on the sideline.
Yeah, it didn't look good. Whatever. Of all the Sirianni nonsense on the sidelines over the years, it is probably towards the bottom of that. But not a great look. It's who this head coach is. He's emotional. As Strahan was saying, they usually win the game. Yesterday they didn't. I didn't love it. As far as AJ goes, though, now moving forward, do you think he's on the team next year?
Nope. And that's me recklessly speculating.
Yeah, I don't either.
You know what's funny? Let me tell you, because I got a lot of text messages from my friends that played. Some of my friends that played. Some of my friends in the business, and just fans. And I'm on my way home, and it was after the last drop, when the game was almost over.
The one in the last drive, yeah.
Yes. And they basically said AJ can't be here next year. And I was riding home, and that's why one of the main reasons why I've tried not to say a whole lot, kind of stay off of social media, because I want to kind of gather my thoughts and not have them, polluted by what other people are saying.
Yeah.
But I want to kind of get a feel for what's going on.
Sure.
it was reinforced by his actions after the game. You know, when you hear that he walked around the locker room and he hugged everybody, and then he left. So that, to me, reminds me of when I was in Jacksonville and we were in Atlanta and we played the last game, and I just flamed the whole squad.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
You pulled a Brown or Brown pulled a Douglas?
I pulled like a Nas. I went ether on him. I went Nas ether. And I was like, I don't want to be here. And I was like, I want to, but I let it be known. I don't want to be here, and I don't plan on being back or something to that effect. But, yeah, it kind of felt the same way. It kind of felt like that. But here's the thing. They're probably, Coach Sirianni's saying all the right things. It's a conversation that's being had. I'm feeling like it's probably going to be more him than the team, so they'll mutually part ways.
Yeah, I mean, I felt they should have traded him at the deadline in retrospect. I remember we did the show in November after Rando Janky or whatever that guy's name is.
Rondo, Janky Rondo.
Yeah,
Same thing.
Yeah, whatever. I mean, I said then, they should have just traded this guy. I mean, this AJ season was a disaster. Can we call it for what it is?
Rando Janky is crazy.
It was a disaster class of a season by AJ Brown.
Rando Janky is crazy. That is crazy work.
It's kind of disrespectful.
Whatever. You know what I'm talking about. The stream.
Man. Oh, man.
They should have traded him in the season when this whole thing went bad. His whole year was a joke.
What a day.
Yeah.
What a day.
Yep. I don't think he's here next year. And I don't know what they get for him. Can they get it too? Or is this going to be a third round?
I don't know.
Pick?
I didn't even think about that. I'm just like, damn, this about to change, man. This thing about to change.
I mean, isn't his value like at its lowest?
But we're going to run this back for another year after he walked out?
Janky.
His playoff game was two drops, if not three, depending on how you look at one of them. Right? At least two drops. Yelled at the coach and left without talking.
I saw it.
My God, that's a disaster. All right, let's go to Damon in Delco. What's up, Damon?
Yo, good morning, y'all.
Good afternoon. What's up, Damon?
Oh, man. Listen, I want to say I love my squad very much. I don't believe that this year was our year. I felt it in the beginning it wasn't our year.
Clearly not.
And my first phone call, my first week to y'all, I blamed, what's his name? Patullo.
Yes,
I blamed
Patullo.
him from the beginning, and I called y'all, harassed y'all every week after that and said Patullo. And so when it all boiled down to said everything else, I don't care. And really, and Nick Sirianni, too, because here's what I want to tell you about Nick real quick. Remember when we first looked for a coach? We knew that Nick was not our first choice, right? And we really didn't want him. We also knew that based upon who Howie and them picked, it seemed like he was a puppet. It seemed like he was just put in space, you know what I mean? He was a puppet. So then we gave him the rings, right? The rings to organization as far as calling plays and that sort. We see he couldn't do it. So now we had to hire in dudes to help him along. Nick is a good, motivator and things of that sort. But through this year, it's real ironic, as I can say, because we played some good teams. We had a hard schedule. But guess what else those good teams had? Offensive coordinators and good coaches. And it's like we playing them, and we look at our stuff, I'm like, yo, what in the world? I'm like, this is crazy because for the most part, we had we had the same players last year. So you're trying to tell me that all these players all of a sudden got dumb and fell off a cliff? Are you serious? No. It's coaching, man. Now, the players got something to do with it. Now, I ain't going to – my man, y'all know I love Jalen. He got something to do with it. I'm not taking him off the chipping block. My man A.J. dropping the passes and talking trash all year long. Yeah, he going to be going. He definitely going to be going for sure. But I blame a lot of it on the head coaches, man, Patullo and this dude Sirianni, because he's a puppet. He don't do nothing. And even when they showed the plays, and I'm going to let y'all speak better to this, they showed Chicago last plays. They showed Green Bay, Chicago last play. Then they showed Scott who it was, or somebody else. But
the Rams and Panthers at the end of the games, yeah.
Yeah, and they show how they took a timeout or whatever, but they offensive coordinators threw up something. San Fran, they have nobody, man. I could have been out there playing with them dudes, and this dude's drawing up plays for me. Like, really and truly, man, it was our design, our things, right, that we didn't draw up to get our guys open, man, because we had the same guys last year.
Well, Damon, I'm with you, and I hear you, and Damon, good phone call. Do we realize every time we have the Patullo thing, it's really a Sirianni thing? Like, they're never going to if they ever stumble into the next Shanahan or next McVay as a coordinator, he's going to be gone in a year because the whole league will see it and they're going to hire him. Or Ben Johnson, right? Like, I don't know what they do, Hugh, but if we want a new coordinator that's smart and innovative, then someone's going to take him and hire him as the head coach. It feels like we're on a hamster wheel with Sirianni because he doesn't call the plays.
Mm-hmm.
And it's never going to lead to year by year by year excellent offense. It's going to be one good, one bad, one good, one bad. I think it's difficult. And I know he's had enough success that like someone coming out and saying fire Sirianni feels silly. Like I get that.
Yeah.
But I don't know how we get what we want the way we're doing it. I don't know how it works.
Yeah, that's the reality. I think that's why I feel the way that I do, because I feel like there's going to be drastic changes. Because, for example, like I said, I've been talking to Shady, and Shady, said what he said last night. If it's Jalen, for example, they're probably trying to figure out how they can move on from Jalen.
Of course they are.
And now we're getting another quarterback, whether that be, somebody threw out Joe Burrow or somebody else.
More likely a draft pick.
Yes.
Yeah.
We're basically starting over. And that's the scary part about it. That's the part that has the pit in my stomach that has me not able to eat today, because that's what we're talking about.
Can I make you feel better?
No.
I'm going to try.
You will try.
I'm going to try.
You can try. I don't think you're going to make me feel better, though.
I don't know what's going to happen. I don't know, but as I look forward with this team, with all the talent they have on defense that's young, right? And still, you would think some players on the offense still got some wheels left, some tread left on the tires, right?
Mm-hmm.
Don't the Eagles look like a team that's set up, if they had a cheap quarterback, to extend their window? I mean, weren't the Niners in a position similar to the Eagles 4 or 5 years ago? Jimmy Garoppolo was good, but kind of towards mediocre.
I get your point.
And then they found Brock Purdy, right? And they found Brock Purdy, and it happened by accident, right? Like, they didn't think it was Purdy, but they found Purdy. He was better than Garoppolo, and it's extended their window. Like, when Garoppolo went from, because he took him to that first Super Bowl in 2019, and he started to decline in 21, 22. It looked like, what are they going to do? And then they found Brock Purdy, and they're still good as we go into 26. So I get it. It is very worrisome if they think they need a new quarterback, unless they find a new quarterback. I don't know. I mean, if they draft a quarterback and he could play, this window could be extended for a long time. It doesn't have to be over.
I mean, but it just ain't,
I know, I'm trying to help you.
No, I know you are. And it just, I always thought it was going to be Jalen for the next foreseeable future.
I think everyone did.
And that's me. I don't know for sure. Let me pull that back, because I don't want anybody to think, somebody just listening.
Too late.
Thinking that I think
headlines are being written.
Yeah, I don't want nobody to think that. But the reality is, this is going to change a lot. Like, Lane is probably not going to be here next year with everything that he's been dealing with. This team is going to change, man. It has to. You can't go into this next year with it being what it is. You can't.
How much do you think the Lane thing hurt them yesterday? I mean, I don't think Fred played bad.
I don't think it hurt that much.
You think there was a little mental letdown? I mean, it was like they were getting him back, and then all of a sudden they weren't getting him back.
I would say no.
Okay.
I would say because, and the reason why I say that, Joe, is because the team knows more than we do.
Yeah, and before
they always
we do.
Yeah, they know more than we do. So there's a chance that they knew way before we did. And the guys were preparing as such. So I'm going to say no.
That was a wild Eagles Insider of the Year kind of battle for the Lane Johnson news.
Yeah.
When Jay Glazer had the swelling, I was like, Jay's right. I mean, he's that's probably not good. All right, let's go to Ryan up next on WIP. What's up, Ryan?
Hey, what's up, studio?
Hey, Ryan.
What's up, man?
Hey, so I just want to, I know we've been talking about AJ and Jalen, but at the end of the day, attitude reflects leadership. And the leadership, I think, ultimately failed the team. Because you can see all season long that AJ and Jalen were unhappy. And at what point during the season did that reflect the game last night? Because we all seen that Jalen ended up throwing the ball to AJ. And after the whole Sirianni thing, like, we just know at the end of the day that I think AJ is gone, to be honest. And who we going to fill that spot? And I haven't heard anybody talk about it yet. What about Tyler McKee? He's been sitting in there, and he's never really even played with the ones and twos. So why not give him a shot?
That's a good question, man. But I think that, just say hypothetically, we're hypothetical, that Tanner McKee, as he's been in the system, I don't think that they feel comfortable building a franchise around him. I think it has to be something that's going to get this franchise. Because right now, and I'm speaking from a position of we just lost, and we're still in that post-mortem phase.
Yeah.
I don't think he gets the fan base charge right now. I think if you're going to move on from Jalen Hurts, as accomplished as he is, I hate to say it, but it has to be somebody of the caliber of a Joe Burrow.
I was waiting for you to spit it out.
I know. I mean,
I was waiting.
Finally got there.
I mean,
no,
it
I'm
only
just saying.
took all
I'm
these
just saying.
months.
Let's keep it a bean, because this team still has Super Bowl aspirations.
Yep.
Now, there's going to be some new pieces on here, but what we've seen in the past is how he does a great job of getting those free agents and coming in and plug and play guys. So if we're recklessly speculating, because that's what we're doing, because we don't know any of this to be true, we're dealing with a loss that we just suffered yesterday. It has to be somebody that's going to get this fan base juiced. If you decide to do that.
Well, you also need two to tango. Ryan Goodfunk, I mean, they'd have to trade him, right?
Yeah.
I don't think it's going to be easy for the Eagles to find a established upgrade over Jalen. I don't think it's going to be. Of course, I'd want Joe Burrow. I mean, who wouldn't? But I don't think it's going to be easy. If I had to guess, Jalen's going to be the quarterback next year, but they're going to have a hedge behind him. I think they're going to draft a quarterback.